Welcome back, everybody. We're here pulling cards for November the 22nd. I am going to be pulling one card for each sign, and I am using what is titled as the Good Tarot today. If you know your sun sign, you can get a little bit of quick information about what's happening in your day. If you know your sun, moon, and rising, you get a little bit more. And if you know your other planetary placements, you can actually get a pretty good picture about things that are going on during your day. Let's take a peek. I still need to shuffle a little bit more, so I'm just going to remind everybody we do have a contest going on still. So go ahead and put a comment below or beneath this video. Tried to say both words at once, so that you can be entered into that contest. I think I'm getting close to done here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have, see what we have, see what we have. We're going to start with Aries like we normally do. So Aries, you have the Page of Earth showing up here. Page of Earth is just telling me that you're getting in some kind of message or information about material things or money. Woot woot. And this is a positive message whenever we have this coming in upright. So we like that. Next up, let's look at Taurus. Taurus. There is something that you're being very patient about whenever this card comes up, and I've got to tell you, psychically, I feel like what we may be being very patient about is somebody in our sphere of influence who is dealing with an addiction, and they may be in a little bit over their heads, and so we're trying to be patient with them in general. Now, that's not going to apply to everybody. That is kind of specific, but just basically something we're being patient with, something that we're waiting on today for those of us who have Taurus placements. Next up, Gemini. Geminis, we have the Call card coming up here. What do we have for Geminis? Some of you are actually getting literal phone calls asking you to come back to work. Maybe you've been laid off for a little while. Some of you could be getting calls saying, hey, I've got this great business opportunity, or somebody offering you a new job position or a new contract. I don't know that it necessarily has to be in that part of life, in the work or job area of life. But I do feel like somebody is calling you and asking you to step up to the plate in one way or another. And I think that when you get this call, of course, it's your decision if you want to take on that opportunity or that new responsibility or not. But I do think you have something very strongly coming in here where you're being given the opportunity, but it is going to take some energy and effort. It does take you stepping up to the plate to make this opportunity work. Okay, so that was, who was that? That was Gemini. Next up is Cancer. Cancers, you guys have the Strength card showing up today. I do think that you're doing something today that does take some self-discipline on your part to be able to manifest this successfully. So for some of you, this could be dieting. For some of you, this could be having a particular conversation with a person. There's a lot of ways that this can manifest. So those are just two examples. But there is something that you're doing that I do think it is taking you some quiet strength, not brute strength, some quiet strength to have this, like I said, have this situation turn out successfully. Okay. That's for Cancer. Next up, let's look at Leo. So Leos, you guys have the Seven of Fire showing up in reverse. This is just telling me, I feel like some of you are stepping down from a position that you have earned. This is interesting how this shows up for you, Leos. I don't think I've ever had this card come through before. But if you look at this card right side up, you can see this is almost a King of the Mountain type of view here with this unicorn at the top of this mountain, and there's some kind of fire being whizzed around and thrown around. So there's a lot of controversy and debate about being at the top of the mountain. So for some of you Leos, I feel like you're in a situation that I think you earned that situation, but there does seem to be some controversy and debate around you being there. And I think rather than dealing with the drama and the craziness of that, or rather than putting people in your sphere of influence through that drama or craziness, you may be stepping out so that you no longer have all of these fire missiles being lobbed at you, metaphorically. Metaphorically. Okay? Now, let's see, that was Leo. Next, let's look at Virgo. Virgos, you guys have the Messenger of Earth showing up in reverse. Messenger of Earth showing up in reverse, I think that you guys may be doing some type of impulse spending or spending money you weren't planning to spend, or else you're not bringing in the money that you know you need to bring in to make the budget work. One way or the other, this is sort of sabotaging the budget. Okay, and I think you realize that you're doing it at the time. I think you're just telling yourself, well, I'll just fix that later. Okay. Next up, let's look at Libra. Okay, so Libra's Six of Earth. Now for me, this card just means that somebody is paying you off or paying you back. If you've loaned somebody something so that they could use it, or loaned money, or if you deserve payment for a job, this is somebody paying you off or paying you back, like I said. Okay, so that's for Libras. Next up, let's look at Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios, Four of Water, Four of Water, Four of Water. What I'm really pulling off of this is that we are feeling pretty restless today. We feel like there is more that we could be doing. There's more that we could be accomplishing. And I think we're sort of chomping at the bit about getting to that more, and yet not really feeling like we have the ability to do that. Okay, so that's the Scorpio card. Next up, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Six of Water showing up in reverse. I do think you've got somebody showing up from your past today. And with this card being in reverse, this is not somebody that you're real thrilled to see. Okay. For some of you, this could be somebody that you used to go to school with, or that maybe used to bully you when you were younger or intimidate you intentionally. Somebody that you're not thrilled to see. This is not somebody that you're going to see them when they show up randomly and say, you know, oh, let's go have a cup of coffee and catch up. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. All right, so anyway, that's for Sagittarius. Let's not dwell on that. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorns, you guys have the Hierophant showing up. This tells me that today you are entering into some sort of long-term contract or commitment. This could be for employment, this could be a mortgage, a car payment, some type of long-term contract or commitment. Okay, and that's Capricorn. Next up, let's look at, who are we looking at next? Aquarius. Aquarius, we do have the Temptation card coming up in reverse. I like this in reverse, actually. This just means that something that would normally suck you in and tempt you, some type of escapist behavior, whether that is an addiction, playing video games, reading, eating for comfort, whatever that is. I feel like when it used to really have a lot of control on you, I feel like you've got that temptation coming in, that temptation for some type of escapist behavior. And, you know, even though the opportunity presents itself, I don't think that you indulge in that. I think you've got some better things to do today. Woo, woo, we like that, Aquarius. Next up, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, you guys have the Transformation card in reverse. There is something going on that you are being asked to make some changes, and I feel like you are just not in that place where you want to do that yet. And I do feel like that's a yet. I feel like right now you've kind of got your heels dug in. You're like, look, I know this works. It's worked before. I'm going to keep doing this. And I think it's going to take some time before you realize that, you know, the only thing that is the same is that things are always changing. And so when we dig our heels in like this, this really keeps us from really fully developing. So, you know, if you notice yourself kind of digging in your heels, not being open to the idea of change, it may be a good time to really listen to what somebody else has to say and consider it seriously. Maybe they've got a good point about something that needs to be changed. Okay? All right, so that's what we've got for the day, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. All the comments, of course, get added into the contest. And then let's see what else. Thank you, of course, to all of you ordering private Reiki sessions and private readings and Reiki candles from me. It is because of all of you guys' support that I get to do what I love to do for my living, and I really do appreciate you guys for it. Everybody have a fantastic day. If I don't see you here later on personally, then I will see you all back on the next video. Peace out.